Hi guys, and welcome to Visual C++ calculator. I know you might be wondering, another calculator? Yes, it's another calculator. A viewer would actually want to see a multi-display calculator in Visual C++. This is why, or that's why I'm putting together this very one. Okay, so let's try out the backspace. There we go. And let's say 52.3 multiplied by maybe 41.8. There we go. And we can add some values to it. Clear? And let's say we go for 53 multiplied by 9. No, we don't want to multiply by 9, so get rid of that and multiply that by 2. There. Okay, and we also have the backspace working. So what I am going to do now is I am going to take you guys straight into C++ development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's do that. So I'm going to be starting a new project entirely. Let's click on new and click on create. Now the package I'm using is C++, and that's going to be the CLRMT project.NET framework. Make sure that is selected. Click on next. Give you a project name. I'm just going to call that CPP YT calculator. There we go, CPP YT calculator. And I'm going to click on create. Now the development environment is almost ready. This is what you guys will see. So what you then need to do is to go straight to the Solution Explorer right here. Okay, just click on that. If you don't have your Solution Explorer, all you need to do is go straight to Windows and select Reset Window Layouts. Click on yes. Okay, that's just Solution Explorer. Okay, within the Solution Explorer here, what you're looking for now is the properties. Look at it right there. Okay, that is it. You see the range there? Click on that. And that brings up this dialog. Within this dialog, where we have configuration properties, go for linker. Drop down the linker, and you then want to select system. Okay, once you select system, come to the right. You see where we have subsystem. Drop it down and select Windows, subsystem Windows. There's something you guys need to put into consideration. Depend on the platform you're using. If you are 64-bit, make sure up here is 64-bit. Okay, else just change it to 32-bit. Okay, I'm using 64-bit. Back to the Solution Explorer again. Make sure you select this, and we now want to come back to the linker here, and you then need to select Advanced right there. Select the Advanced, and you see that where we have enter point, we want the enter point to be main. Okay, so what we've used in here is the linker. Inside the linker, we went straight to the system and advanced. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate that again. Click on the properties. Okay, make sure it's the linker. Select the linker and system, and change the subsystem to Windows subsystem Windows. That is it right there. Once that is done, come back here. You see where you have advanced. Select the advanced, and right here where you have entry point, change that to main. Okay, and then click on apply and click on OK. There we go. Now the next step is for you to then right click on the name of your project right here. Right click on it, go to add, and you now want to select new item. Okay, click on new item. Now this dialog pops up. So what we're looking for is UI, and in there you will see the Windows form, or you can use the CLR. Windows Form. Look at it. The UI Windows Form or the CLR. But I'm going to advise you to use the CLR Windows Form. And here you have a default name, myform.h. That's meant to be the header file. And this one, if you select this, you also have myform.h, but I will advise you use CLR. I prefer to use the CLR. So let's click on add. There we go. And we will end up with an error once the system finishes compiling, because we do need some lines of code to get the whole lot working. Okay, so if you double click on that, nothing will happen. Okay, double click on myform.cpp here, and that will open up this coding environment. But you do need some lines of code that you need to attach to your projects. To get hold of that lines of code, go to the browser, select whatever, and right here, you see here, I'm going to click on this very forum here. I will attach the URL, this forum, onto my description area, so don't worry about that. So you need the Create C++ Windows Forms app. Okay, scroll right down. We need some lines of code in here. All right, that's where I am now. So this is the lines of code that I need. That is using namespace Windows Form, and so on. Just grab all of that, right click, copy there, and I'm going to just dump it right here. Okay, remember you have to double click on your myform.cpp to get to this coding area. Now paste the lines of code that I've just copied. But we have a problem. I have an error. If you look up here, it's telling you your project name. So what is my project name? My project name is called CPP YT calculator. So enter CPP. Look at it. It's already identified. There, this error should disappear now. There, the error is gone. Okay, that is fine. You can save it. If you like, you can run it, and you should be able to see your form. But the problem is the form is not officially compiled yet. So you're going to have to exit out. So exit out of the whole system entirely and reopen it again. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to right click here and just grab hold of CPP YT calculator. There we go. That's it right there. Now it's loading up. If you go back to the Solution Explorer here, and right here, you see inside the header file, you should be able to see myform.h. That's your header file in there for the form. Double click on it. There, that is your form. It's ready now. So all you need to do is just to position the form how you want it. Let's say I'm going to make this about 700 something. Let's say that'll be 525 by 788. Okay, that is the size of my form. There we go. Now make sure the form is selected. Come straight to where we have start position, change that to center. But when I run it, I want my form dead center. Now I then need objects, so come right here, drop this down. I'm going to select a button, and I'm also going to select label. If you want, you can select maybe a text box, but I'll just select label. I've selected button and a label, so select both component. Come right here where we have the font, and I want to change the size of the font here. It's going to be a little bit large, make it about 36. Yeah, if you want 36, yeah, 36, that's what I'm using. So that's my label there. Now move the button here. Now I'm going to arrange the button how I want. Now let's take care of this label first. You see this label? Come right here where we have the properties of the label. You see where we have auto size, change that to false. The back color, I'm going to change the back color to white. Change that to white. There we go. And just drag that much. So you see the alignment of this very button. I'm going to come right down here where we have text align. I'm going to align it to the right, center right, and get rid of the text content in there. If you notice, the size of my label is 485 by 80, so that's fine. And I'm just going to copy this now because I need two of those. Hold on to your control, click and drag. Okay, you see that's the first one and the second one. Now these labels, I'm going to give them a name. So the very first one at the top, I'm going to change that to LBL display. The one below, let's change that to LBL result. There we go. Now for the buttons, first of all, let's modify this button before we do anything. Okay, so let's see the size of that little button. I'm going to change it to about 112 by 112. Okay, get rid of the text content we have in there and just copy. Hold on to your control. I want it to be 4 across. All right, something like that. Yeah, and let's move this in a little bit, and this a little bit as well. Move it in, something like that. Now select, hold on to your control, click, drag. We have 8. Click, drag again. We have 16. So it seems I don't have enough room, so I'm going to just, yeah, something like that. Now select it all and just move it up a little bit. Maybe move this up a little bit as well, or I may have to reduce that, so I don't want to carry out any more changes. So I'm going to reduce that from 80 to about maybe 70. Okay, that'll give me enough room. Yeah, move this up. Oh, this, yeah, that's 70 and this is 70. That's fine. All right, so I can now move all of these up. Now if we run it, so let's run it and see. This is how it's looking. So I need to be able to enter some data in here. So first of all, let me start with these ones here, or maybe this one. That should be CE actually. CE, that's clear entry, and this one will just be C, and this will be 7, 8, 9 plus. The next one will be subtract. We have 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, multiply, division, equals, decimal, and a 0 in there. Okay, so these other two, what I don't want here, especially this one, I want it to be backspace, and this one is going to be plus minus. So to get that, I'm going to go straight into Word. Okay, inside Word, select insert, and you go straight to your symbols. Now more symbols, and right in here I need what is known as wingings. Let's see, that's it right there. You see the wingings? If you scroll right down, you should be able to see the backspace. That's the backspace that I want. Okay, you can also get hold of the plus minus any way you want. That's the plus minus. So I'm going to copy that, copy both, minimize that, come right here and paste that in there. So that is winging. You might not be able to see it, but you will see a small dot. So that's the dot in there. is a dot because we need to change the font style. So come right here and change the font style to Wingings. There we go. And here, that has no problem. We can just paste our plus minus in there and delete whatever you don't need. There we go. That's it. So we now need to give each component a variable name, and this one is going to be known as btn in lowercase. btn. Let's copy that. I'm going to need it. And I'm going to change that to btn bs backspace. And this is btn ce. btn ce. btn pm. btn 7. btn 8. btn 9. I'm showing the whole process because this guy is a new beginner, and this is btn odd. btn subtract. btn 6. btn 5. btn 4. btn 1. btn 2. btn 2. Then next one, btn 3. btn multiplication. Just enter multi in there. And this is btn divide. btn equals btn decimal and btn 0. That is it, all done. So they all have their own respectful name now. There we go. You can try out your program again to make sure it's all working. Now run. There we go. Now let's put some codes in place. So I'm going to first of all double click on the form and let's declare some variables. Double click on the form. Okay, right inside the code, you see right above the pragma end region, I'm up below it, the pragma end region. I'm going to declare the following. So that's going to be double, and the first one, let's just call that first number, comma, and another one is going to be known as second number, comma, and the third one I'm going to call that answer. There. And right below that, I'll declare a string character. So I'm going to call that string. The string is in uppercase, and I will just call that OP. That stands for operator. There we go. Now that that is taken care of, let's go straight into the form itself. See, on this form, I'm going to select every single character that we have in here, the numeric character, including the 0 and the decimal. And let's come right here, the properties. You see in the properties here, let's select the events. Okay, on the event, you see where we have click. I'm going to give that a name. That's the event I intend to use. I'll just call it number click. You can call it whatever you want. Press enter. There we go, right there. So press enter again. And we now need to create an object. This object is going to be for the button. So I'm going to call that button exponential or pointer. That will be equals b. And let's say save underscore cast. And what I am casting, that is going to be button. and this casted button is going to be used as a sender. So that sender will be in the parentheses, and come out of it, end that with semicolon. Now that is taken care of, we now need to put together lines of code using an if statement or a conditional statement. So I'm going to come down here and say if button dot text. As soon as you press enter, you see something like a pointer pointing to the text. If that is equals decimal, then enter a statement block. I want the following: if not, okay, that is the sign of not. I believe you guys can see that. So let's see. Yeah, I think you should be able to see that. That's a sign of not. Okay. Oh, let's see if we can increase the font a little bit more. It's 20 already, so let's make it 22. Yeah. Okay. Let's collapse this. If not, LBL result dot text dot contains, there we go, that's it right there, decimal. Okay, close that. Then LBL result equals LBL result. So I'm going to just grab all of these and paste it right underneath here. Equals LBL results plus. So I'm going to grab all of these and just paste that right there. End it with semicolon. Now, underneath here, we say else, enter statement block, LBL result equals all of these. So what I'm just saying here is, if the object has this, and if it does not contain this, then add it, else don't add it. That's all I'm just saying there. So if I save that and just run it and see how it's going to work, click on run. So if the object has this, add it, else don't. Okay, so if we say, let's check out all the numbers to make sure they're working. Yeah, they are working. And enter this decimal. Here we go. Add another one. No, it already had it, so that's fine. Okay, that takes care of the numeric and the decimal character or object. So let's select all of these operators: the plus, the subtract, multiply, and division. Come straight to your properties again, go straight onto the event. That's the event right there, and let's select the click event. In there, I'm just going to call that click OP, click operator. Press enter. With the click operator selected, what we then want to do here is we need to create another object. But is there any point creating another object? I can just copy this object that is already created in here to reduce the workload, and just paste that in there. Now we now want to use an if statement to check if it does have whatever value in there. So I'm just going to grab hold of all of these. Yeah, I can grab hold of this and just modify it. Come right down here, paste. In the first place, if LBL is not equals to the value of 0, so not equals 0. Okay, that's how you write your not. Not equals 0. Then enter statement block. In that case, this will be displayed, LBL display. That will be equals this. So move this and make sure it's right inside the statement block. If it's not 0, then whatever value you have inside LBL results should be displayed inside the label called LBL display. And in that case, let's clear whatever we have inside LBL result. So come right down here and clear. Okay, now that is done, we now want to check out our operator. OP, I think it's just lowercase OP, that will be equals the instant dot text. There we go. That's it. So this means is it the plus sign, the subtraction, or the division sign that is on the button. Whatever is on the button is then stored inside this variable OP. Look at OP right here. Okay, that is that taken care of. Now let's save that, run, and you see what's going to happen. Select whatever plus, you see that? Okay, as soon as you click on this, the LBL result actually display the value right up here. And at the same time, whatever we have inside the LBL result is cleared. And because I've selected, I think, the plus sign, that is stored inside OP. Okay, that's just what just happened here. Now that that is done, we might as well take care of this. Okay, let's get this working, then we'll come up here, take care of those. Double click on the equal sign, press enter. In the case of the equal sign, I'm going to use an if statement here as well. So let's say if LBL does have the value of, so if LBL equals, let's go for L, let's say cannot divide by 0. So that is if you want to divide a number by 0. This will be displayed on the LBL display. Now, enter statement block. In here, LBL display will be equals. We clear that. Now, that is if you want to divide by 0 though. But for these to appear, let's take care of the following. Using an if statement, if it's not a string character, column is a new value. So let's grab all of that here, null or empty. And then that's going to be LBL results dot text, and let's repeat the same thing here. In this case, we want the operator. If the string is not operator, paste that in there. It's not operator, enter statement block. In that case, the declare variables that are up here, that's going to be first number, that is equals convert whatever we have, and what we're converting, we need to convert it to double. Remember, the variable was declared as double. So whatever we have inside LBL display dot text is stored inside first number, and that. And we're going to repeat the same thing for the second number. So grab all of these. And that'll be for second number. In this case, it's going to be result, LBL result. Now, what about answer? I think it's answer, or what did I call it? Next one is called answer. That's it. Answer is going to be 0 right now. So we'll say answer equals 0. Okay. Now we now need to take care of the operator. Let's add. I'm going to be using an if statement. If OP equals L plus, then I want as follows: answer that will be equals first number plus second number. That's the first one. Now we need to store this straight into results. So grab hold of results. At the same time, it must be converted to a string character. So we need to convert that to string character. That will be string to string. And what are we converting to string? Whatever we have inside answer. That's what we convert into string. There we go. Alright, that's my very first one. Then the next one I'm going to be using else if. Grab all of these and come right down here. Else if the value is subtract, then this one becomes subtract as well. Now be the same thing for the other two. So if it's multiplication, changes to multiplication, and if this is division, change that to division. There we go. Oh, in the case of division, remember up here, division by 0 can now be divided by 0. So let's take care of that. I don't need to do division that way. So in the case of these, let's come right here. I'm just going to copy all of these. Go back to division. And for now, get rid of this. So inside division, if it's division, if the second number is meant to be divided by, or if the second number equals 0, that's what we want to enter. So if second num equals 0, then the following. So LBL results will display the following message. In that case, display will be nothing. So come right down here. Display in this case equals nothing. Get rid of this. Right. Else. Come back down here. Else is going to be division. Okay. If answer first number divided by second number equals this. That is it. That should take care of that. At the same time, I think I should clear this. Let's see. 1, 2, let's clear it here. I'm going to save that. Have a good look at these lines of code before I run it. Okay, this is the equals. Take it from the top here and bring it right down here. As a plus, subtract, multiplication, division. This is the division. Sometimes some people want to divide by 0. So let's run that and see. Run. Okay, 23 multiplied by 9. There we go. Let's divide that by 0. Okay, let's see. Let's say 23 divided by 0. Oh, what have I done wrong? Let's see why. Okay, back in here. You see here, this is where my arrows are. That should be single equals. Okay, it's not comparing. There we go. And this one should be single equals as well. And get rid of this. Yeah. And let's run it and see. Run. Let's say 12 divided by 0. There we go. Cannot divide by 0. There. It's working, guys. That's good. Okay, I end up with that error because I actually copied. I copied this directly from here and I left the equals, the double equals. All right, that is taken care of. So we need to take care of 1, 2, 3, 4. See this? Let's take care of this very one. This is easy. So we'll come right in here and just clear that and clear. There we go. And clear the display. Clear that as well. There we go. That is taken care of. We will run. There. Clear. That's good. Now let's take care of the clear entry. This very one here. Double click on declare entry. In the case of declare entry, we need to declare two. Let's declare two string variable. Now I'm going to call that F, and I'll create another one. I just call it S. Yeah, that'll be S. So the F stands for first and the second number. And at the same time, we need to clear results. Let's grab all of that, paste that here. Clear the results. Now I'm going to assign this value to first and second, or we can even say something like this. Let's see. If it's not going to give us any error, that's fine. Why not? We can try it. There's no harm in trying. So this would be first number, right? First number. And the next one will be for second number. Instead of doing that underneath here, paste it here and change this to second number. Right, that is, this should be a lowercase. Okay, now that that is done, we now need to clear F. That will take care of the first and the second entry, and clear as well. And that's it. That should, with these simple lines of code here, that should take care of the clear entry. Let's see, run. Let's say 25 multiplied by 9. Okay, I changed my mind. I don't want to multiply by 9. I want to multiply by 2. Select 2. There we go. Look at that. All right, that's working. Now let's take care of this. Then come here. So double click on the backspace. With the backspace, we need to check if the result has any value greater than 0. So let's use an if statement again. If LBL result dot text dot length is greater than 0, enter curly braces, or you can call that statement block. We now want the result to remove whatever. So let's say result equals result dot remove whatever we have inside result minus dot length minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so we have the length, we remove, enter semicolon in there. I think that will be all. Yeah. Okay, let me run that and see. Run. Enter whatever value in there and check that out. That's fine. So that is working. So finally, let's take care of the plus minus. Double click on that and come right down here. Just declare one variable. We can call that plus. No, that should be double. I'm going to just call it P. P equals, we need to convert. Let's say we convert whatever we have. Okay, convert column double, and that's going to be whatever we have inside LBL result, because that takes in the first value, convert it to double, and what we then need to do is result itself will be equals convert column back to string and with a minus. So let's say that very P that we assign the value to, we say multiply by minus 1, and that will take care of the plus minus. Okay, I think we finished creating our calculator in C++. That is the plus minus, this is the backspace. Now let's run. 12 plus minus multiply by 9. That's what you owe. Backspace. Let's say 85 plus minus, let's say plus 90. The answer should be 5. That is right. Yeah. That's correct, guys. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. I suppose I've answered your question, guys, or I've answered your query. And I'm going to say you all have a nice day now. And bye for now. And please do subscribe to my channel. And you can also join to become a member of the channel. Thanks for watching.